What happened today, I was flying for the first time in the drone and I got confused. I got listening to the guy who was asking me for a drink and I forgot to put out my hands and it got banged right back to the... Okay, so full disclaimer, on that day I was so confused, I was so frustrated, so heartbroken. Every bad thing you can think of, that's what I was feeling, because it was the first time I have crashed a drone and I just purchased the drone almost 1 month back. So I cannot say that I was very experienced, but I had practiced enough so that I can fly it well. And that was the first day I was trying to fly when I went to Thailand. So technically that's not the first flight, but it was the first flight in a different country altogether. Now at that moment I was so confused. I thought that I got distracted talking to the person, but it was completely my fault. So it was a day where a lot of firsts was happening. It was the first time I was flying in a different country altogether, where I went for a vacation, and it was the first time I was flying over the ocean. Now the second thing you might notice, the shoreline on this particular beach is not too broad, it's kind of narrow, and then the trees are quite extended towards the edge. So I was trying to get that same usual shot where people fly just above the edge so that they get half of ocean and the remaining half. But the mistake which I did was I was trying to fly almost at the level of trees, parallel to them, to get some more depth in the whole shot. Now the main problem started when I switched to sports mode, and trust me, sports mode is the culprit of maximum crashes what I have seen so far. So the moment I switched to sports mode, you will see that's the first time when I lost control. And so if you see, I almost banked too much on the right side and kind of this whole rotation movement happened, and luckily I was above the tree height. So what happens is, when you're a beginner, you kind of don't just look at the screen and fly. You look at the drone, you look at the screen, you try to do the both things. So if you see, I tried to move away from the tree so I'm at a safe distance, but since I was too much above this water body, so I tried to get a little bit more over the edge, and that's where I forgot that I'm in sports mode, and sports mode everything is too quick. The whole motion of this drone, the flight, it becomes so powerful. Now the bad part on my hand was that I did this mistake of actually flying too low. I made sure that most of the time I'm not flying above people, and if I am flying, I'm flying more towards the ocean edge. But I found a spot, so thought why not get a close-up, and that is where I did my mistake. Okay, so let me zoom in and show you the close-up of exactly what happens. And there you can see everything. He already got away. I already got a bit distant from the person because I couldn't see the drone anymore. So it wasn't his fault, it was completely my fault, because I was completely baffled by this whole experience. So I'm not sure what the condition of drone is, but we are finding help from around here, and sir is going to help us. This is a black flag. Black flag. Hey, good me. And people are helping him to climb up. He's going to be really helpful here. Let's see. Excellent. The person is really strong, really strong. Sir, careful. Very good. So he is almost up there. I think he made it, but not sure. I see some animals also up there. Let's see. People are looking patiently. I am not sure what the condition of drone is, but just getting it back is more than helpful. He's trying really hard. I appreciate a lot of efforts. 7% battery left. We catch down. He drop. Để có luôn đây. I can see that he is going really fast. The branches are really thin at the end, so okay. We are trying to catch it. Okay. So luckily there was still 7-8% battery left and I started recording, so you can see the whole action happening from the drone's point of view, and that is where the hand comes, grabs the drone. And I immediately decided that instead of just throwing the drone on the sand, let's grab some mat lying around and instead try to catch that. So that is exactly what happens after this. Trying to catch it. Okay. This is no less than miracle. I can see some gimbal errors happening here, but it's intact. I mean, I can see the gimbal error here. But it's in one piece.
50 baht?
I will pay.
Huh?
I don't know. I pay.
Yeah.
I pay. The guy is trying to help and I'm still here to see if he comes down. Come, I pay for this help. Let's see if it flies back again ever or not, but the person here, he was really helpful. If he was not here, this would have been gone. So now we got to pay him, and that is, I'm more than happy to do that. So basically he's a hero here. I mean, everybody's appreciating his efforts, and everybody's asking around because it was tensed. You just pay him. बाद में देखेंगे कैसा है, जिंदा है, टूटा है, स्क्रैचेस तो बहुत हैं. So our friend helped and we are paying him 200 baht. ठीक है sir, thank you. So he really helped me, and oh no sir, his share. But thank you sir, he brought this person here, so really thanks, appreciate him. So after everything happened, I decided let's give it a try. Instead of being afraid, let's try and see and be more careful and see if it works or not. And to my luck, it did. Still working. So it has been almost 6 months from that January when I crashed, and today is June 30th when I am recording this. I have gained a little bit more experience, at least to say, and definitely I will try to make a video on the safety precautions and what not to do with your drones. But let's summarize what mistakes I did on that day which you can avoid. The first thing was that I knew from the beginning that the trees are too dense and the shoreline is too narrow, so I shouldn't be flying that close or that low at least. The second mistake I did was I should never have switched sports mode when I was too close to those trees, or if I wanted to try with the sports mode, I should have switched it maybe a minute ago when I was away from the shoreline, or maybe if I was high. And the third thing is that never get distracted. The moment you are getting distracted or some other thought or some other person comes to you, just leave the joysticks. You don't have to handle those sticks and keep moving your drone. It will hover, it will not go anywhere if the winds are not too strong, obviously. So just leave your drone for the time being, get everything sorted, and then move forward. And please mention in the comment section your opinions or your experiences, so others who are reading the comment section, they also get some more experience and some more tips what not to do and what to do. So these are the 3 mistakes which I did that day, and I hope you will not repeat the same mistakes, and so will I. And with that in mind, and let's just try to be more responsible so that everything and everyone is safe around us when we are flying the drone. With that in mind, see you again. See you soon. Thanks for watching.